schemes like this are really important because if we want to get new minds and new ideas and training new generations to come up and create work and facilitate that kind of creativity, then it's really important to encourage young people to go for those roles.
The hardest thing everybody kind of says in this industry is actually getting in. So that's what this scheme allows, is people to actually have a way into the industry.
There's been a lot of internships, which is not what the DCMS Jerwood Creative Bursaries are. You're making tea, you're doing photocopying, and you're not really getting a chance to feel the company and understand how it works as a business and artistically. And these placements really allow you to see that and to get involved with that 100%.
If we want a more diverse arts workforce, if we want a richer, more diverse art and kind of art experiences, then we have to come up with ways in which a wider range of people have these opportunities, and that's what this particular scheme does.
The arts has tended to be slightly self-selecting. In other words, we've tended to pass the baton very much from one generation to the next through a slightly internal process. A scheme like this, which is specifically targeted at young people who don't necessarily come from affluent backgrounds, is essential if we're going to diversify and bring new, fresh blood, fresh ideas into the arts scene.
The scheme was launched in November 2010. Funded by the Department for Culture, Media and Sport and the Arts Council, and run by the Jerwood Charitable Foundation and the Jerwood Foundation. The aim of the scheme is to see what we can learn about the barriers to diversity and equality that exist in the arts workplace currently. We will then take those learnings and try and find the right partners to help us to continue the scheme past the pilot from spring next year.
At the heart of the scheme is the real issue that unpaid internships are the main entry point into arts careers. That means for talented graduates who've spent a huge amount of time, resource and energy training to get to a point, they face real challenges and barriers to entering a workforce when they can't compete with being able to work for free.
We wouldn't have been able to create a position like this without the support of the Jerwood Bursary. And I don't know if we would have taken the risk on this kind of position. So I think having that structure and that support has made it possible.
It's also for organisations. We're hoping to learn, and we are learning, a huge amount about what the real barriers to recruiting with a fair, open and equal access policy is. It's not all about money for organisations. A huge amount of it is about what they need to learn and understand about recruitment processes, and we're learning a huge amount through the work that we've been doing.
My role is supporting all the different team members, producing small-scale projects, and I've kind of been developing the skills so eventually I'll be able to produce my own work for Punch Drunk. And it's kind of a traineeship. They're really interested in what I want to do and where my skills are and how they can help that.
I'm now 8 months into my placement, and since I started I've worked mainly on 2 projects, one of which was a theatre festival, helping to organise and set that up, and the other one was a tour of a children's show. So everything from the finance to the marketing to the admin work around it, castings, tour bookings, dealing with artists, contracts, so pretty much everything that a producer would do.
I think for a lot of people the scheme has really accelerated their development, not only individually in terms of their personal development but also their career trajectory. So I think, yeah, it's really important for that as a next step in their journeys.
This scheme provides the graduates with a lifeline to a career in the arts which they wouldn't otherwise have access to, and provides them with the skills base they require to make the very best start, and we hope to go on and be the cultural leaders of the future.
An internship only offers you a certain level of experience and a sort of a level of investment, so the company's investing in you and that they know that you're there for 3 days a week or whatever it is, and you know that you've got to pay the bills and things like that. But I think this is a step up, and it kind of giving you the responsibility and giving you a proper job, but also you're allowed to train and develop.
I have feedback from the host organisations that the issues raised by the scheme about diversity and equality of access is now being discussed at board level for the first time, instead of the whole issue of internships being sort of pushed under the carpet. It's now being discussed in a much more strategic and proactive way.
Now, we're looking into whether we can maintain this position for the future. We feel, just because we feel it's become now a really important part of the organization. So it's been key for us. It's come at the right time.